How to read percentile dice. Brian is going to teach you a thing or two. What do you need when reading dice? You need consistency. It is important to keep consistent when following rules of reading dice. Without consistency, things get confusing. You also need optimism. Unless you're playing a doom and gloom sort of game, it's best to remain optimistic on interpreting your dice rolls. You also need vibes. Did your roll pass the vibe check? If the way you read has off vibes, then you're probably wrong. Method 1. How would you read these dice? Of course, 41. So then, how would you read these dice? 40. So, if this is 41 and this is 40, how would you read these dice? 1. Sure. So then if this is 1, how would you read these? 100. Let's see if this method passes our list. Is it consistent? No. This specific instance of 0, 0, and 0 being 100 is inconsistent with the general rule that the 0 on a d10 represents 0 for percentile dice. However, every other number is consistent. Now, is it optimistic? Yes. This method is optimistic since it operates on a 1 to 100% scale rather than a 0 to 99% scale. 1 to 100 shows that there's always a chance to succeed. What about vibes? Yes. This method also passes the vibe check because looking at 0, 0, and 0 and thinking 100 makes my brain happy. On to method 2. Let's say we see things differently. How would you read these dice? 1. Sure. That's great. How would you read these dice? 0. So if this is 0 and this is 1, then of course, this is 40 and this is 41. Now let's see if it passes our list. Is it consistent? Yes. This specific instance of 0, 0, and 0 being 0 is consistent with the general rule that 0 on a d10 represents 0 for percentile dice. Is it optimistic? It is not, since it operates on a 0 to 99% scale rather than a 1 to 100% scale. 0 to 99 shows that sometimes you'll fail no matter what. Now, does it pass the vibe? It does. This method also passes the vibe check because looking at 0, 0, and 0 and thinking 0, 0, 0 makes my brain happy. Method 3. The Redditors. Looking through the eyes of a Redditor, how would you read these dice? 1. Sure. Of course. How would you read these dice? 10. Okay. Then this is 41. That makes sense. So then this is 50. Let's see if this method passes our list. Consistent? It is. The idea that 0, 0, 0 is 10 and 40 and 0 is 50 is consistent with the general rule that 0 on a d10 represents 10 for percentile dice. Is it optimistic? It is, since it operates on a 1 to 100% scale rather than a 0 to 99% scale. Does it pass the vibe check? No, because looking at 40 and a 0 representing 50 makes me want to vomit. Now, here are the results. It looks here like method 1, 2, and 3 all equal 2 points. So are they all equal? No! The weighted results show that nobody really cares about consistency, optimism's good, and vibe is everything. Therefore, method 1, then method 2, then method 3. So, in conclusion, This is 41. This is 40. This is 1. And this is 100. In conclusion, Brian taught you a thing or two.